Good day. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about reported speech. A reported speech is a type of speech that we use almost every day in our daily life whenever we use English language. So before we talk about reported speech, let us first understand noun clause because it is much related to reported speech. Noun clause would be a clause that starts with a noun. For example, as you can see here, the girls is a noun because it is in the beginning of the sentence. It is the subject of the sentence, and the girls, people, animals, or things or buildings, they are nouns. So the girls are smart, and are is the verb and smart is the adjective. So the girls are smart. So this is the girls is the noun. But if let's say, so this is a complete sentence, we can understand the sentence. If we say the girls, it is not a complete sentence. If we say the girls are, also it is not a complete sentence. The girls are smart, then we can understand the context. So the context is the girls are smart. So this is a complete sentence. But if let's say when I say the teacher thinks that the girls are smart. So this is also a complete sentence. So first we have the teacher thinks, the phrase the teacher thinks, and then that the girl are smart. So in this sentence, now the girls are smart becomes what we say as the noun clause. So because it starts with the noun, the girls are smart. So now, because when we say that the girls are smart, it is not a complete sentence anymore, because when we have that, there has to be something before that, which is the teacher thinks. So now that the sentence, now that that the girls are smart is not a complete sentence, we call it as a noun clause. It is a clause because it is not a complete sentence. It is complete when we say the teacher thinks that the girls are smart. So we have the word that. So that can always be omitted. So we can always not include that in the sentence. So we can say the teacher thinks the girls are smart. So in this case, the girls are smart or that the girls are smart is a noun clause. So that is a noun clause. So the same goes, kids need a lot of attention. So this is a complete sentence starting with a noun. Kids is a noun, need is a verb, and completed with a lot of attention. So this is a complete sentence we can understand. But when we say parents know that kids need a lot of attention. So if we don't have parents know that kids need a lot of attention, is not a complete sentence. So when we include parents know that kids need a lot of attention, this sentence, this clause becomes a noun clause because it starts with a noun. The same goes to the that here. That here can also be omitted. So now we have the phrase parents know, which is incomplete, and that kids need a lot of attention, which is incomplete. So when we combine the two, we have a complete sentence. So the first part of the sentence, parents know, it is a phrase, And the second part is a noun clause because it starts with a noun. Although we have that here, that is to link between the two. And in this sentence, I don't know if I should choose red or blue. So I should choose red or blue is a complete sentence. But when we have I don't know if, it is an incomplete sentence. This is a noun clause because it starts with the noun I. I should choose red or blue. So when we add I don't know, the phrase I don't know if, or we can also say I don't know whether. So if the two sentences above, we use that. In this case, we use if or whether. So as long as it fits in the sentence, I don't know if or whether I should choose red or blue. So if or whether I should choose red or blue is what we call as a noun clause. So now that we have the verb things, know, a noun clause can also follow other verbs like believe, complain, decide. The teacher believes the girls are smart. So normally with these verbs, noun clause would follow these verbs. Believe, complain, decide, dream, expect. The teacher expects, the parents expect. Kids need a lot of attention. Feel, find out, forget, hope, know, learn, notice, predict, pretend, realize, regret, remember, show, suppose, think, and understand. So now let us go back to the reported speech. Now that we have understood noun clauses, let us talk about reported speech. So we have two types of speeches. One is direct, one is indirect. So direct speech would be, for example, Dr. Spock said, trust yourself. So we can always change a direct speech into indirect speech. Becomes, Dr. Spock told me that I should trust myself. So as you can see here, this is what we call as the noun clause. So Dr. Spock told me that I should trust myself. So this is direct speech being told by this person. Dr. Spock said, trust yourself. Indirect speech, when you tell this to other people, to the third person. So when you are with Dr. Spock said, trust yourself. So when you want to talk to other people about this, you say, Dr. Spock told me that I should trust myself. So this is the noun clause. So this is how you change a direct speech into an indirect speech. So this indirect speech is what we call as reported speech. So this is a reported speech. Dr. Spock told me that I should trust myself because you report this to the third person. The first person would be Dr. Spock, the second person would be you, and the third person would be your friends. When you want to tell your friends about this, you use indirect speech. Indirect speech. Dr. Spock told me that I should trust myself. However, it is also important to take note of the grammar. When you change from direct speech to indirect speech, you'll have to make sure your grammar, your tenses are correct, whether be it present tense or past tense or modals. You'll have to make sure your tenses are correct when you change from direct speech into indirect speech, from direct speech into a reported speech. So now let us take a look at the changes of the tenses when we change from direct speech to a reported speech. As you can see here in the examples, the exact quote is, he said, I know you. This is simple present tense. When it is simple present tense, when you change to a reported speech, you say, he said that he knew me. So know present tense become knew past tense. If it is present continuous tense, he said, I am studying. When you change to Reported speech, he said that, so that can be included or can also not be included. He said that he was studying, so am become past continuous. He said she saw me yesterday. Simple past tense becomes he said that she had seen him the day before. So him because he said. He said that she had seen him the day before. So in this case, the person told you about this and you told other person about what you have been told. So you have been told that that person said to you that she saw me yesterday. So when you tell to other people about this situation, you say, he said that she had seen him the day before. So yesterday becomes the day before because yesterday during the time when you were in that conversation. When you tell this to other people, it might not be yesterday, it could be um, any other day that has passed, so the day before. So had seen, past perfect tense. She was helping me, past continuous tense, because becomes she had been helping him, past perfect continuous. So you'll have to remember the rules of the tenses. Make sure it is correct when you are changing exact code to reported speech. He said, I have taken the test. This is present perfect tense. He said that he had taken the test becomes past perfect tense. I had never done that, he said. He said that he had never done that. In this case, no change if you have past perfect tense. The same goes with models. He said, I can help you tomorrow. He said that he could help me the next day. So tomorrow becomes the next day. Tomorrow because is during the time when you are in that conversation. But when you are telling this to a different person, it could be any other day. So tomorrow becomes the next day. He said she may leave early. He said that she might leave early. So can becomes could, may becomes might. He said you may go. He said I could go. So may here becomes could because it is a permission. Must, he said I must go. He said that he had to go. So that person must go. When you tell this to other person, he said that he had to go. He said I will stay. He said that he would stay. He said you should leave. He said that I should leave. No change in this sentence. He said you must have known. He said that I must have known. Also no change when you say must have, when you say should. So those are the rules, the tenses that you need to know the changes when you change from the exact code to the reported speech. So let's say when that person says, he said, I can help you now. So now can be changed to at the moment. He said that he could help me at the moment. Because when you tell this to other people, it is not now. It is at the moment because now is during the conversation. So when you change from the exact code to reported speech, of course, there will be no commas, there will be no quotation marks, but you'll have a full stop in the end of the sentence. So like here you have a comma and the quotation marks, but when you change to reported speech, you don't have comma, you don't have quotation marks. So you'll have to be careful when you write, and when you speak, you'll have to make sure your tenses are correct when you change from the exact code to the reported speech. Also, you'll have to be careful when you are changing from direct to indirect speech. For example, the teacher asks, what is your name? So the teacher asked me what my name was, not what was my name. She asked, what apps can I use? She asked me what apps she can use, not what apps can she use. So you'll have to be careful when changing.